Pisces new moon, finding your path. Allow me to explore for you some of the astrological threads of the new moon in Pisces on the 28th of February, 12:44 a.m. Universal Time in London. Maybe we can even begin to weave some together by sharing and breathing life into them. My name's Sonia and this is Celestia Astrology. Thank you for joining me. And if you enjoy this, please do like, subscribe and comment with your experiences of this new moon. With this new moon in Pisces, we are invited to surrender and float in deep waters, to enter into the liminal spaces where reality and dreams intertwine. This is a time ripe for exploring the unseen, the intangible, and the emotional landscapes that shape our world. As the sun and moon meet at 9 degrees of Pisces, we enter a moment of deep introspection and renewal. This new moon, the latest in a series of 9-degree lunations, from the vast uncharted waters of Pisces I, a decan co-ruled by Jupiter and Saturn, is blending boundless faith with the weight of mature responsibility. We are now standing on the threshold of eclipse season. The sun is 19 degrees from the co-present North Node in Pisces, amplifying this new moon and setting the stage for transformations that will unfold in the coming months. The themes emerging now may gain intensity in the coming weeks, or lead to significant new beginnings or endings, and could become part of our eclipse story. The significance of new moons. New moons mark the beginning of a new lunar cycle, a time of seeding intentions and embracing fresh starts. Unlike the full moon, which illuminates and culminates, the new moon is a time of darkness. The sky may feel bare, lacking the reflected light that the moon shines during most of its phases as it waxes and wanes. It is in this literal and symbolic darkness that the potential for renewal is at its peak. This is the fertile ground where ideas, dreams and emotions take root, often unseen but growing beneath the surface. Each new moon carries the essence of its sign. For this month, Pisces, shaping the themes we work with over the coming month and beyond. The lunar cycle unfolds in phases. New moon, a fresh beginning, setting intentions and planting seeds. First quarter, challenges and actions required to nurture what was started. Full moon, a culmination, revelation, illumination, peak, or realization. Last quarter, a time of release, reflection and integration before the next cycle begins. With this new moon in Pisces, we are invited into deep waters, into the liminal spaces where reality and dreams intertwine. This is a time to explore the unseen, the intangible, and the emotional landscapes that shape our world. The moon family cycle, working with the lunar phases. This new moon is the starting point for several overlapping lunar cycles. The 28-day lunar cycle. In the next 28 days, the energy of this new moon grows as the moon waxes fuller. It will peak and clarity will be revealed with the full moon in Virgo, which will be a lunar eclipse on the 14th of March 2025. Use this time of waxing and growth to initiate, develop and refine your ideas and intentions. The cycle culminates with the new moon in Aries, the solar eclipse, on the 29th of March 2025. 6-month cycle. The 6-month cycle peaks with the full moon in Pisces on 7th of September 2025, giving a longer time for the intentions that you set now to come to fruition. Moon family cycle. Outlined by Dietrich Pessin in Lunar Shadows 3, this new moon connects to an even longer cycle of lunations, which may be meaningful, especially if you have placements in your natal chart activated by this new moon. This cycle extends over 28 to 36 months, progressing through 4 key lunar phases at roughly 9-month intervals, offering a much broader arc of development. These interconnected lunations emphasize themes of planning, stability, and maturing growth over this longer time. We can track these cycles to work with the evolution of our goals in the longer term, showing how each phase builds upon the last. It is ideal for bigger projects and longer-term goals in your life if you wish to work with the moon. Working with the moon family cycle means setting intentions now at the new moon or initiating a fresh start intentionally, knowing that it will unfold in stages over the next 2 years. Ideally, it will link to the themes of the lunation. This longer timeline allows you to approach your desires and goals with patience, allowing time for growth, reflection, revision, and integration. This work is particularly effective if you have planets or angles in the mutable signs, Pisces, Gemini, Virgo and Sagittarius, between 6 to 12 degrees. The new moon on the 28th of February 2025 at 9 degrees for setting intentions. First quarter moon in Pisces on the 28th of November 2025 for challenges and actions required to nurture what was started. The full moon, a lunar eclipse, in Pisces on the 28th of August 2026 will bring fruition and revelation. And the last quarter moon in Pisces on the 28th of May 2027 will bring closure and reflection. This cycle helps us track the unfolding story of our intentions, guiding us through moments of growth and completion. By tracking these cycles, we can intentionally align our growth with the flow of the planet. The astrology of this new moon, a Piscean portal. The new moon arrives in the first decan of Pisces, an area of the zodiac co-ruled by Jupiter and Saturn, the mutable, feminine and yin waters of Pisces. Pisces is a mutable water sign, meaning it is fluid, changeable and deeply receptive. It absorbs emotions, sensations and experiences, like the vast ocean that holds the world's mysteries. Ruled by Jupiter, the planet of wisdom and expansion, Pisces dreams in cosmic proportions, seeking transcendence and connection to something greater than the self. Exalted ruler Venus adds an element of divine love, artistic vision, peace and beauty to the sign's expression. Pisces is also a yin, feminine sign, meaning it is inwardly focused, intuitive and receptive. Yin energy is about surrender, reflection, and allowing things to unfold in their own time. This makes Pisces a sign deeply attuned to the unseen realms, emotions, and subconscious currents that shape our lives. Mutable signs adapt and flow, and with Pisces this often means dissolving boundaries and slipping between realities. Under the rulership of Jupiter and Saturn in the first decan, this is also where we encounter hidden structures, the frameworks that shape our beliefs, thoughts and personal myths. The decan of Pisces I, the hidden path and the water vole's journey. Astrologer Austin Coppock, in 36 Faces, calls the first decan of Pisces labyrinth, reflecting the winding, uncertain paths one must navigate in search of truth. This speaks to the deep, often confusing journeys of Pisces I, where the structures we assume are real may in fact be illusions of our own making. Astrologer Kira Ryberg calls this decan wandering, emphasizing the Piscean theme of drifting through unknown terrain in search of higher meaning. There is an aimlessness here that is both freeing and daunting, requiring trust in the process and in one's own instincts. Both of these speak to the sign and decan ruler Jupiter's qualities of faith and hope, combined with co-rulers Saturn's distancing. This is a journey undertaken alone. Sacrifices must be made to seek something far greater, but we must trust the otherworldly riches that await. The Wild Way Oracle card by Nicola Allen shows a water vole embarking on this journey of discovery. The path is hidden in the snow, and he carries only his staff with a cloak and hat to warm him, seeking truth in the depths of mystery. He has wandered through dreams, memories and subconscious landscapes, following an instinctual pull towards understanding. He finds himself far in the unknown in search of truth, only to reach an invisible wall. Who put that there, he wonders. But as he examines it, he realizes this wall was built by his own mind long ago, a structure of old beliefs, unconscious fears, and stories long internalized. Brick by brick, he begins dismantling it, uncovering the hidden motivations that once made it necessary. With each piece removed, clarity returns. His journey reminds us that the limitations we perceive in life may not be external forces, but rather the subconscious barriers we have built to keep ourselves safe. The lesson of Pisces I is to identify and dismantle these invisible structures. What beliefs or fears have shaped our reality? What boundaries were once necessary, but now confine us? The new moon invites us to peer beyond the veils and begin the slow work of restructuring our inner world. We may see an element of rising and falling in our fortunes as we grow and learn. Jupiter corresponds with the Wheel of Fortune Tarot trump card, which reminds us that as the moon ebbs and flows, fortune too is illusory. It can rise and fall. When you reach the peak, the only way forward is down. And similarly, you can only rise from the bottom. When we learn to detach from these transitory rises and falls, is when we begin to understand the deeper truths of Jupiter. The Eight of Cups and the Hidden Path. The tarot card associated with this decan is the Eight of Cups, a card of emotional departure, soul-searching, and the quiet realization that something must be left behind in order to continue forward. In the classic Rider-Waite depiction, a cloaked figure walks away from 8 cups, ascending towards the mountains beneath a moonlit sky. Some interpret the image as showing both luminaries in the sky, appearing to bless and light this decision and path. Or maybe they suggest that this is an eclipse, timely as we approach eclipse season as the moon waxes. This image perfectly aligns with the hidden path. There is a realization that we must abandon the comfortable yet limiting structures of the past in order to step into the unknown. Like the water vole, the figure in the Eight of Cups understands that the journey is far from over, and while the departure may be bittersweet, it is also an act of profound self-trust. The Eight of Cups asks us to consider what must be left behind in order to find deeper fulfillment. This new moon is an invitation to let go of illusions, emotional baggage, and outdated dreams that no longer align with our true path. Sometimes the next step requires faith in what cannot yet be seen. Just like the water vole discovering his self-constructive walls, the Eight of Cups encourages us to turn away from what is comfortable but stagnant and seek something deeper. This is a moment of emotional and spiritual departure, not in loss, but in pursuit of something greater. T. Susan Chang explores this theme further in Dreaming the Decans. This is what she writes of Pisces I. To make your way in darkness dense, be blind, and use another sense. From beaten paths I dare to stray, hidden from the light of day. Do not regret what's set aside, release it like the ebbing tide. I have to go, I cannot stay, watch me as I walk away. All the winding ways I've taken shall lead me, somehow, to awaken. The astrological aspects, navigating the deep. The aspects of the new moon may each act as a guide for those of us choosing to walk the hidden path. New moon is co-present with the North Node, Mercury, Saturn, and Neptune. This stellium, or party of planets, deepens the focus on the mystical and karmic significance of this lunation. Saturn brings structure to the dream. Neptune dissolves boundaries. Mercury translates intuition into words. And the North Node amplifies and can set destiny into motion. All of these planets can have shadow sides to be aware of, especially in Pisces. Mercury is in full and exile here, communicating in unconventional ways. Earthy and airy Saturn also struggles in the deep waters to make lasting structures. The lessons he offers ask for maturity and discipline, and Pisces prefers to wish and daydream without those guardrails. Neptune can wash away reality, offering a vision of transcendence that has no grounding. And the North Node acts like Jupiter, expanding and amplifying whatever it contacts, for good or bad. New moon square Jupiter in Gemini. Ruler of Pisces and co-ruler of the decan of Pisces I, Jupiter, is now direct in Gemini after what felt like a long retrograde. Jupiter is in Mercury's curious sign, making it challenging to create the order that Jupiter seeks. It helps that Jupiter has a direct line of sight to Pisces, able to communicate and support the planetary party forming there. However, squares are of the nature of Mars, creating some tension to act. The restless intellect, an urge to know, to seek information and to explain, which Jupiter finds in Gemini, clashes with the Piscean expansive, wisdom-seeking nature, and call to surrender and trust intuition. This is a challenge between the mind's logic and the soul's knowing. We may feel tempted to rationalize emotions, that need to just be felt and allowed to pass rather than solved. We may experience a friction between intuition and reason, between deeper knowing and the distraction of scattered thoughts. It is easy to get lost in a maze of over-analysis and conflicting narratives. It may help if we recognise that knowledge isn't always linear and lean into what Pisces asks of us, to surrender and trust the flow. Jupiter in Gemini is like a trickster guide, offering multiple truths, but no singular answer. The challenge is to listen beyond the noise, to trust what resonates at the core of your being. Not all knowledge comes in words. Sometimes it arrives as a feeling, a dream, a fleeting knowing. Moon in whole sign and Mercury in degree-based sextile with Uranus. Mercury, the planet of communication, forms a benefic, opportunistic sextile to Uranus, the awakener, together with the new moon in a whole sign sextile. Insights could arrive unexpectedly, like lightning bolts piercing the fog, intuitive downloads and flashes of genius or understanding that crack open the invisible walls of the mind. Pay attention to synchronicities, dreams, whispers from the subconscious, and unexpected conversations that shift your perspective. The unseen path may begin to reveal itself, and new perspectives may break through in surprising ways. New moon in whole sign trine with Mars in Cancer. Mars, currently swimming through the protective waters of Cancer, forms a whole sign trine to this new moon. Mars in Cancer offers the potential of emotional fortitude to this otherwise nebulous time. Here, action is guided by emotional wisdom. We are offered inner courage, the gentle dismantling of old barriers, and the assertion of new emotional truths. The work of breaking down the walls is not forceful, but intuitive. Mars in Cancer teaches us to move with, not against, the tides of transformation. While dreamy Pisces can feel formless, this trine provides ease and potential strength to move through discomfort, protecting what most nurtures us, to trust our instincts, and to begin breaking down the walls that have confined us. Reflecting on the last 9-degree lunations. This is the latest in a series of new moons at 9 degrees of their respective signs, a pattern that emphasises deeper cycles unfolding over time. Each new moon potentially builds on the last, especially if they connect with any of our natal planets or angles at or close to this degree. The next new moon will be a solar partial eclipse at 09 Aries. It will be the last and the peak of the 09 series, which began with the Scorpio new moon on the 1st of November 2024. What has grown for you in the first decans around the 09 degrees of your chart in this time? Rituals and mindfulness practices. This is a lunation of subtle shifts and quiet epiphanies. The work is yin, receptive and inward, and the revelations are personal. Consider if any of the following reflections, prompts and practices resonate with you. Journaling prompts, breaking down invisible walls. What unseen structures shape my thoughts, beliefs and actions? Where do I feel blocked? And what invisible wall might be holding me back? What quiet truths have been whispering to me lately? How can I balance intuition with intellect in my decision-making? What belief or assumption has shaped my reality that I'm now questioning? Where have I felt stuck? And could it be due to an internal rather than an external limitation? How can I embrace both discipline or sacrifice, Saturn, and faith and trust, Jupiter, in my personal growth? Dream work and meditation. Pisces season is potent for lucid dreaming and deep meditation. It is, after all, known as the dreamy sign of the zodiac. Set an intention before sleep to receive insights and keep a journal by your bed. Try meditating, imagining yourself walking the water vole's path. What do you discover along the way? Do you meet an invisible wall? And if you do, what can you learn from it? Water ritual, flowing beyond limits. Pisces is the water element, and water teaches us how to move through barriers by adapting and reshaping. Water, after all, can cut through rocks and reshape landscapes given time. Fill a bowl with water and whisper an old belief you are ready to release into it. Or write the belief on paper and place it under a glass of water. Stir the water and envision the structure dissolving as paper would in the water. You may wish to sleep overnight with the water at your bedside. When you feel ready, pour the water onto the earth, symbolizing the return to flow. Who will feel this new moon the most? The Pisces new moon at 9 degrees will be especially important for you if you have planets in the mutable signs Pisces, Gemini, Virgo and Sagittarius, particularly between 6 to 12 degrees. If you are Pisces sun, moon or rising, this is a profound moment of renewal, self-reflection and emotional depth. You may feel the urge to retreat, dream or set new intentions that align with your soul's calling. Virgo sun, moon or rising. The new moon opposes your sign, highlighting relationship themes and the need to balance practical concerns with emotional or spiritual needs. Gemini and Sagittarius sun, moon and rising. The square from Pisces may bring internal tensions, restlessness or conflicting desires between structure and freedom, logic and intuition. This is a chance to embrace a new perspective. Other key influences. If you are in a Jupiter or Venus perfection year, you may experience an expansion of vision or a need to reconcile big dreams with tangible actions. This new moon is co-present with Saturn and Neptune and part of the ongoing 9-degree lunation cycle. Those with long-term cycles tied to this degree may find recurring themes surfacing for resolution or deeper understanding, and an opportunity to start anew on one aspect that needs reconsidering. Final thoughts. Embracing the mystery. This new moon in Pisces is a time to examine the unseen structures shaping our reality, to explore the unknown and begin dismantling inner walls that we have outgrown. Now is the time to find them, understand them, and gently take them down. The journey may not be straightforward, but we may find clarity with each step. As we navigate the hidden path, we may just find that what we seek has been waiting within us all along. Now is the time to ask, what invisible walls are shaping your world, and are you ready to take them down? Step forward, and let what was once invisible reveal itself. Travel well, friends, and please do let me know how this has gone for you. I'm Sonia from Celestia Astrology, and just a quick update to let you know that with my sisters from Ask Astrology Sophia Kairos, we'll be launching an eclipse workshop, which will be on the 12th of March, and details are available. There's a link to book, which I will put in the show notes in the description box that you can find if you're interested. It's payment by donation, so there's a sliding scale and you can choose what you wish to pay if you're interested in joining us. If you want to find more about what the new eclipses coming up in Pisces and Virgo are, it's really great value. It's a 3-hour workshop. We'll be teaching about the eclipses. All 5 of the Astrology Sophia Kairos astrologers will be leading the workshop. We've all contributed to creating it, and we've also created a workbook which you will receive before the workshop. And if you can't come live, there's going to be a recording. But if you can make it live, the last hour we'll be doing breakout sessions with mini readings if you want to submit your chart for a reading, or if you want to just observe while other people have their charts read. And we'll be focusing on the eclipses and what their meanings are for you. So we hope to see you there. Do look out for that.